See, to me, Zach Wilson would be the ideal quarterback to take in round 2. If you could get Zach Wilson in round 2 and sit him for a year, you love those traits. But in round 1, coming from BYU, there's a lot of pressure to play him right away. And where he's at this year, he might be the second quarterback taken. I think there's a good chance he's going to go to a bad team, play too soon, and get, I don't want to say ruined, but the thing that happens to a lot of young quarterbacks in the NFL.
I agree. I think if he goes early, that's what's going to happen. Like if he goes to the Jets, like you said, or something like that, that's going to be a really bad situation for him. If you're the 49ers, if you can get him at 12 and you're going to put him without having to move up and trade draft picks, and you can get him at 12 and sit him behind Garoppolo for a year, that's a good situation.
Yeah.
That's where you'd want to go. But if I'm John Lynch, I am not trading up to take Zach Wilson.
No, and I don't think that he showed enough NFL plays on this tape to take him in round 1, even if you like his quick feet, his quick release, his strong arm, his traits. I don't think he showed enough that honestly translate. I mean, if you put him behind the 49ers offensive line and put him in a situation where on 80% of his throws, he has bodies within a yard of him, and on 55% of his throws, he has to reset and move before he throws, that's a whole new world for him.
Yes.
It's a whole new world.
Yeah. And the biggest, if you want to go take a look at, between now and next Wednesday, if you guys want to go take a look, go ahead and check out his game last year against Hawaii in the Hawaii Bowl, and watch his performance in that game, because in that game, he's got guys around him all day long. He plays okay, but it's not at all like what we saw today, or even, what we're going to see next week.
Yeah. I mean, when you're scouting these quarterbacks, you're trying to see a guy who has experience with bodies around him and isn't too flustered by it, because that's the NFL game. I mean, how often do you see an NFL quarterback drop back and have pockets like Zach Wilson had in this game? Very rarely. It doesn't happen very much.
Yeah, if they're dropping back 30 times, that might happen 5 or 6 times a game.
Maybe
if they're lucky.
Yeah, and it seems the way that the NFL is evolving is every year the pass rushers get faster and the offensive linemen stay the same. So it's tougher and tougher and tougher for quarterback. That's why all these fans want mobile quarterbacks. You got to be able to. I mean, look at Jared Goff. Guy throws a nice ball, but he kind of folds when bodies are around him, and you couldn't see that with him at Cal because the ball was coming out so quickly. So you got to worry. You got to look at that.
That's a good point, because you never really saw him do that. He saw all the kind of similar things that we were seeing today, where it's quick, get the ball, get it out, and exactly.
Yeah. And the final thing before we go is what Brett said, and I think it was one of his best observations is the NFL is very much a bend but don't break defense kind of league, where a lot of times defensive coordinators will almost concede everything until the red zone. And what separates the elite quarterbacks from everyone else is the guys who can score touchdowns down in the red zone with their arm or however they do it. We didn't see that from Zach Wilson. It's just not something that he did much at BYU.
No, we didn't. Yeah, we don't see it. We didn't see it at all in this game. And it's 100% correct. We see that with the 49ers every week, right? That's the way the 49ers defense attacks the opposition. They're going to let you work the way down the field. If you can be consistent and get down there, good for you. But once you get down there, we're going to toughen up, and you got a small windows to throw the ball into, and we're going to come after you.
Grant, I consume all of your content, but most of this breakdown felt biased and through a negative lens. I'm sorry you feel that way, Eric. We really do. We tried our best to showcase his physical gifts, which are they burst off the screen. He was the most athletic player in this game by a wide margin. We just feel like he's not NFL ready. But we're not writing him off.
Yeah, and I can understand why he would say it's negative, because we're analyzing the game.
Right.
We're looking at this. We're not trying to sugarcoat it and say, look how great this guy is. We're saying, here's what he's doing, and here's the things that you would be concerned about if you're watching him play. Here's the things that you're going to like about it. And there's a lot of things to be concerned of.
Right. I mean, if you're a team that's considering drafting Zach Wilson in round 1, you have to look at him this way. You have to go over his tape with a fine-tooth comb and say, are you okay with him, not having this many one-read throws? Are you okay with him playing behind this kind of offensive line and having this much space? Are you sold, even though you really haven't seen XYZ? You can't check any of these boxes. But the things that you do see look good. I mean, are you sold? To me, not before pick 20. If you had to take him in the top 20, that's scary to me. But if he lands behind Pittsburgh, if he lands behind Roethlisberger, if he goes to the right team, it could work out. It could work out.
Yeah, it's a situation in the NFL. You know how it is. Quarterbacks are always going to be overdrafted, so he's not going to go that late. He's going to go at the top of the draft, and he's going to,
he's going to play as a rookie.
Yeah, he's going to play as a rookie. He's going to struggle, and by the time he gets to year 4, he's going to be called a bum, and he's going to go to somebody else, and by that point, maybe he's going to play well. Like Alex Smith kind of thing.
Right. He could be Alex Smith. He could be Sam Darnold. Who knows?
And that's actually, as we bring up Alex Smith, that's really what we saw today was a lot of like what Alex Smith was when he was at Utah under Urban Meyer. A lot of catch the ball, one read throws. He's running the ball. Remember how athletic they said he was? Well, you were a little young at that point, but you know what I mean.
I do. Yes. And I think Zach Wilson is quicker than Alex Smith ever was.
Yeah.
So that's a good comparison. He's a lot like Alex Smith, but with a better downfield thrower.
Yeah.
But again, you notice all of Zach Wilson's highlights come between the 20s.
Yep.
He's a middle of the field player. When the field compresses, I'd like to see more. Well, if it's is he going to be no, he's a junior. He's not going to be at the Senior Bowl. That's too bad. Well, hope you've seen enough to draft him with a top 10 pick, NFL teams.